All right, let's talk about what happened last night at the Michigan Public Service Commission's public hearing that they held for Project Stargate, the AI data center development that is slated for Saline. Sounds like there were over 800 people on the call. And I had my hand raised and it was at the top of the queue waiting for my turn to public comment for about 90 minutes. And it sounds like I was not alone. I know of at least 4 other people that this happened to, fairly high profile grassroots activists. And I'm hearing rumors that it may have happened to dozens of people. We can speculate why that may have happened. I have noticed that the people who didn't get to public comment happen to be fairly well-known, high-profile grassroots activists. Ironically, there were a lot of labor union leaders who were there speaking in support of the project. None of them seemed to have any technical difficulties getting their public comment through. So we did, at IDRA of Michigan, we did send our public comment in yesterday. It's publicly available on the website. I'm going to read just a portion of it because this is a message that needs to get out there. And there's something kind of specific that we are saying about the Whitmer administration and about this larger policy across the state. So it goes something like this. We are deeply concerned about the impact of this project on Michigan's economy, her aquifers and watersheds, and on the utility rates of residents and businesses. The only possible justification for an ex parte order for such a large-scale contract, 1.4 gigawatts, that's more power than the time machine needed to travel in Back to the Future, just to be clear, would be that the project is essential for the public good. Yet there is nothing essential about the products and services which AI data centers provide as far as the public is concerned. And they are not job creators. On the contrary, they're replacing the human workforce, they're increasing online scams targeting the most vulnerable, and they're providing government-contracted surveillance of U.S. citizens. These are not products and services which we want, let alone need. We echo our Attorney General's request that the Commission deny the ex parte order and hold a contested case hearing. This is literally the least the MPSC can do to provide transparency and due diligence to Michigan taxpayers. This project belongs to a larger policy trend across the manufacturing 4.0 landscape of Silicon Valley's build fast and break things model, a model which has failed investors time and again in the private market. With the entire Great Lakes watershed and Michiganders' energy rates at stake, continuing this policy is not only foolish, it's dangerous. Dangerous to Michigan's water, her natural resources, and to her economy. We understand that the Commission is under a tremendous amount of pressure from the Whitmer administration. Sorry, Zelda needs some love right now. We understand that the Commission is under a tremendous amount of pressure from the Whitmer administration and from corporate interests to grant DTE's request and to expedite the uncontested approval of Project Stargate. However, we urge you to consider the string of costly public failures which the Whitmer administration's 4.0 policy has caused. Lawsuits and endless contestations over the poorly drafted PA 233, Goshen's $175 million grants in default, $5 million of taxpayer funding wasted in Eagle Township on a project that failed to launch, hundreds of Michigan residents flooding House Appropriations meeting to stop toxic mines from destroying the Porcupine Mountains, and with projects that have managed to put shovels in the ground, we've seen a flood of Eagle violations, grassroots protests, and even township recalls. Meanwhile, evidence of corruption within the administration continues to mount. An increasing number of Whitmer appointees are under criminal investigation, with more to come. It's no secret that Jocelyn Benson's husband is an executive for Project Stargate's developer. The very existence of this project represents a gross conflict of interest, which is a pattern we've experienced under the current administration. Governor Whitmer's ill-conceived manufacturing 4.0 policy has failed. The evidence of this is very clear, perhaps more to the MPSC board than to most. The choice that lies before you, the MPSC, is this. 1, continue to support a corrupt governor's failed policies and mobilize Michigan's grassroots community to fight even harder against MPSC's draconian overreach. Or 2, jump ship before it sinks and follow common sense, the will of Michigan taxpayers, and Michigan's laws. We encourage you to choose the latter. We petitioned MPSC. Now it's time to take the fight to your legislators. 23 legislators led by Senator Sue Shink have signed a letter in opposition to the ex parte order supporting our Attorney General's request for a contested hearing. If your legislator's name is not on that list, they need to be. It was only a partisan letter. It was only by Democrats. So if your representatives or legislators are Republicans, it's time to lean on them. They need to send a letter. This needs to be a bipartisan effort to support the protection of Michigan's taxpayers, our utility rates, and our water.